My best friend bet I couldn't get her tough sister to say yes. Neither of us expected what came next. I never believed a single bet could change my life. But that's exactly what happened the night my best friend Emily laughed, folded her arms, and pointed across the backyard. "You see my sister Ava?" she asked. I nodded. Everyone in town knew Ava. She was beautiful, confident, and completely impossible to impress. She rarely smiled, never dated anyone for long, and had rejected every guy who tried asking her out. Emily grinned. "I bet you $50 you can't get her to say yes to one date." Everyone around us laughed. I should have walked away. Instead, I smiled. "You're on." Across the yard, Ava looked up from her drink. For a second, our eyes met. She didn't smile. She simply raised one eyebrow as if she already knew exactly what we were talking about. That should have been my warning. Instead, I walked over. "Hey," I said. She looked at me. "You lost a bet already?" I froze. "What?" She smirked. "Emily always makes that bet." The people around us burst into laughter. My face turned bright red. "You're saying no?" She stared at me for a few seconds. Then, something unexpected happened. "No." She paused. "I'm saying no. Convince me." Those two words changed everything. For the next week, I kept running into Ava. At the grocery store, the gym, even the local coffee shop. Every time I'd try making conversation, she'd challenge me. "Why should I waste my time with you? What makes you different? If this is about winning money, don't bother." She wasn't rude. She was testing me. Slowly, I stopped trying cheesy pickup lines. Instead, we talked about real life. Her work, my family, our dreams. She admitted she'd stopped believing people meant what they said. Too many lies. Too many fake promises. I understood more than she realized. A few years earlier, I'd gone through my own painful breakup. Since then, I'd avoided serious relationships. Maybe that's why talking with her felt easy. There was no pretending. One evening, I found her sitting alone near the lake, watching the sunset. I sat beside her. Neither of us spoke for almost 5 minutes. Finally, she broke the silence. "You're different." I laughed. "Everyone says that right before rejecting me." She smiled. "No, you actually listen." For the first time, I saw the tough girl disappear. Underneath was someone tired of pretending to be strong all the time. That night, she agreed to dinner. Not because of the bet. Because she wanted to know me. The date wasn't perfect. The restaurant accidentally lost our reservation. It started raining. We ended up eating burgers inside my truck, while laughing at how terrible everything had gone. Somehow, it became the best date either of us had ever had. After that, we started spending more time together. Morning coffee, weekend hikes, late-night phone calls. Months passed. One afternoon, Emily pulled me aside. "I honestly thought this would last one date." "So did I." She smiled. "I've never seen Ava this happy." Neither had I. For the first time in years, Ava laughed without holding back. She smiled more. She even started visiting family dinners again. But every good story eventually faces a storm. Mine came on a Friday evening. Emily accidentally mentioned the original bet. Ava's smile disappeared. She slowly turned toward me. "There was really a bet?" The room became silent. I wanted to explain, but every word sounded worse than the last. At first, yes. Her eyes filled with disappointment. "So, this started as a joke." "No. It started that way. But it didn't stay that way." She stood up. "I need some time." Then she walked away. Those were the hardest 3 weeks of my life. No calls, no texts, nothing. Every morning I'd look at my phone hoping her name would appear. It never did. Emily apologized over and over. "It's my fault." "It isn't. I should have told her months ago." Maybe she was right. Maybe I should have. One evening, I drove back to the lake where we'd first talked. Ava was already there, watching the sunset, just like before. I sat beside her. Neither of us spoke. Finally she asked, "Was any of it real?" I looked straight into her eyes. The bet ended the first day. The feelings never did. She stayed quiet. "I've spent 3 weeks trying to hate you." She smiled sadly. "It didn't work." I laughed. "It didn't work for me either." She reached into her pocket, pulled out $50, and handed it to me. "Congratulations, you won." I looked confused. She smiled. "But now," she took the money back. "I'd rather we both forget that bet ever happened." "Does this mean you're giving me another chance?" She looked at the sunset, then back at me. "Only if this time there are no bets. I promise." Months later, I asked her the biggest question of all. Not because someone challenged me, not because I wanted to prove anything, but because I couldn't imagine my future without her. She smiled before I even finished. Yes. This time, there were no surprises, no games, no audience. Just two people who had learned that sometimes the strongest relationships begin in the most unexpected ways. And every now and then, the best thing you'll ever win isn't a bet.